Okay, so I welcome you to the special council meeting on this wonderful day of June 29th, 2023, the day that we raised the Pride rainbow flag in the district of Metchosin. I just first want to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Coast Salish peoples, including our near neighbors, the Sook First Nation and the Shiano First Nations. This is Metchosin, a place that we choose to live, work, and play, so welcome. So I'd like to call the meeting to order. Could I have a motion to approve the agenda? Moved by Councillor Donaldson, seconded by Councillor Epp. Discussion, all in favor? Opposed? Carried. Great. Public participation? Does anybody wish to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on to the reports for action. We have a staff report from Fire Chief Dunlop here on our agenda. Thank you for submitting this. Would you like to speak to it?
Chief Dunlop. I'd like to thank you first of all for making this special meeting. I really appreciate it. I know it's very sudden. There is a quick deadline for this, which is July 12th. And also I apologize, there's quite a few spelling errors in this or grammatical errors, and we will be proofing this as we move forward. I just wanted to get you something for to understand what the grant was about. And it's just a $10,000 grant towards a feasibility study. Mm-hmm. And this was provided to me through actually the same people who are giving us the grant for this school. We did an inspection and she walked through and we met at the Firehall and she asked about the replacement of the Firehall and suggested there was this great grant that we could get, and she's actually managing it, so she said get your application in. So from there it snowballed and here we are. So I appreciate your consideration and I'm here to answer any questions you might have.
Okay, Council, I have a couple of questions. This is a matching grant, right? Is that
not this one? No, it is up to $10,000. If we were to go over that, there are some different variations on it, but we're just asking for the simple $10,000. Yeah. Okay. Because you are correct in that it is matching. There's some calculations because our overall project is over the maximum amount of this. We're asking for the $10,000, assuming that we have the $40,000 in the budget already, because that's what the grant or the feasibility study will probably cost, is around that, I think, $40,000, $30,000 mark. So because that is over, we are asking for the full $10,000.
Okay, great. I have a couple other questions, but thanks for your initiative on this. I really appreciate you advocating for Metchosin finances. So, Councillor Shukin, Councillor Donaldson, and then others. Go ahead.
Thanks, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Little, through you. And this isn't a question so much, but a comment. I'm looking at page 7 of the package, and question 6, which says explain how this project supports community sustainability goals and indicate how this project is integrated into the development or implementation of any long-term plans. And the one thing I wonder that could be added, a very brief sentence or two, is something about climate change and environmental sustainability. And it might be at the end of paragraph 4, and I can see the paragraph being something like, on a broader basis, the fire hall is going to be the center of activity in terms of potential climate adaptation measures, such as, with, the threat of wildfire, flooding, or any of those like implications, something like that. And again, it just goes back to sustainability, and of course we have the climate action plan in place now, so something like that.
Great. And on that note, if I can, we've also been approved for another grant for disaster risk reduction in relation to climate change. Okay. So we'll be doing that plan. That'll be keyed in with that as well. So just to confirm, Tina, we have all that written down so I can grab all that.
Okay. So we've been approved for another grant?
Yes.
How much?
20, how much was that one for? No, that one?
Okay.
I've lost track. But I don't remember exactly.
5 figures kind of thing.
Yes, I think. There was one we recently got for 150. That might be that one too. I'll have to just I'll report on all the different variations. There's a few grants that I'm losing track of.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Okay, have you got that paragraph written down you could send?
Nope,
No,
just
it was just in your
came
head,
to me.
that's okay. Gina's probably got it. Okay, great, thank you. Councillor Dawes?
Yes, I appreciate the layout of the, as Councillor Schick was saying, with climate action. You've got some environmental comments here, solar panels, rainwater catchment, that sort of stuff. So the thread I think this council is looking for going forward. And I also appreciate the explanation of the up to 10,000, marrying it up with the 40,000, because imagine it is going to be a costly study and a fulsome one. Just a question on page 8, number 10, where it says, what is the population of the community? And it says 5,791. I thought we were 5,067. But the second part of that was, what is the estimated population that will be served by this project? And it says 15,000.
And those were just numbers at this point, just a spacer for now. The 5,700 number I got off the internet, that was the current number, so I don't know where that, so I thought, okay, we'll put that in there. Bigger numbers are better. And the 15,000 was really just our neighboring communities and a reflection on tourism here and our support to other agencies. I mean, we could broaden that out and say that, you know, the population of Langford, Colwood, and Souk and Otter Point, you know, it's just a game that we're kind of,
Okay.
what number we put
That's
in there.
what
That's
I
hard to
thought.
reflect.
Yeah, with the mutually, that's what I thought. It was an estimate for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we better stick to the 2021 census report, which states 5,067. That'd be great for that item. Yeah. Anybody else have any comments? Go ahead, Councillor Gray.
Well, first, thanks for the initiative. Good idea to get in on this one. My comment is really about the question of the name of the project, feasibility study. And I know we've had feasibility studies in a lot of documents so far, but it seems to me that we're not actually saying the feasibility of this project, we're actually planning infrastructure. And so I might even suggest you change it to infrastructure planning grant or something like that. Because the feasibility would be, you know, are we able to build it or are we able not to build it? It's sort of a different question than what we're looking at here. But I'm okay with it either, just open, if you'd be open to changing it, just so it reflects what we're doing.
And I could do some additional research on that in my discussion with this gal representation from the federal government. She had suggested the feasibility study because we had talked that was our next step, and because that's what all of our budget line items say is feasibility study. That's what I had reflected here. But I'm happy to, whenever I'm directed to go.
And thank you for those comments. It's also in line, that verbiage is in line with the Growing Communities Fund of the province as well, feasibility study. So great comments. Anybody else wish to have any comments? No. Okay. If not, I would recommend to Council option 1, that Council support by way of a resolution support of a $10,000 grant application for the local government infrastructure planning grant program. May I have a first and second for this? Moved by Councillor Donaldson, seconded by Councillor Epp. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Great. Thank you very much, everybody. Seeing that there's nothing left on the agenda, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Gray, seconded by Councillor Schuken. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Thank you very much.